This video explores something many travelers wonder about. What is the real difference between an ultra-budget cruise and one of the most luxurious cruise experiences in the world? To find out, this journey begins on a famously affordable cruise and ends inside a 5-star yacht-style resort at sea. The idea was never to judge or compare unfairly, just to understand how different the experiences really feel. Part 1. The Budget Cruise Experience. Boarding the ship. The first cruise on this adventure is a low-cost option known for short getaways. Even though the ship has a reputation for being simple, people boarding the vessel looked genuinely excited. For many of them, it was their first time ever stepping onto a cruise ship, which always brings a certain thrill. Once inside, the interior looked nicer than expected. Guests headed toward their cabins, curious to see what the rooms actually looked like in person. Cabin tour. The cabin had a cozy mid-century feel with a circular window. The bathroom looked functional and clean at first sight, though a closer look showed minor wear, nothing unusual for a ship that welcomes thousands every month. The sleeping area felt like a compact hotel room. The map artwork on the wall gave it some character, and the window offered a view of stacked shipping containers, not the prettiest sight, but interesting in its own way. The bed looked comfortable, though there were a few tiny marks on the sheets, which wasn't ideal. A couple of water bottles were waiting on the counter for purchase, and they quickly came in handy. A small ceiling repair patch was visible, another normal sign of regular ship maintenance. A small problem. A loud knock at the door revealed a friend joining the trip. However, the room didn't seem to include the extra bed shown online. Guest services explained that the main beds could be separated into 2 individual ones. The staff handled the change quickly and politely, and the room became much more suitable for 2 people. A safety video then popped up on the TV unexpectedly, which gave everyone a quick surprise. A small sticker on the remote added a bit of unintended humor. Food and entertainment. The buffet offered a nice range of options, and outside, the grill served complimentary burgers, a pleasant surprise for a budget cruise. On the main deck, a dance contest started. The audio couldn't be included due to copyright, but only one brave dancer stepped forward at first, making the moment slightly awkward in a funny way. Later, a ladies' dance round happened, followed by a men's contest. Joining the men's round revealed that it wasn't a dance-off at all, it was actually a push-up challenge. The host announced the rules, although the pace and form varied widely among participants. Still, the energy was fun, and the competition ended with both finalists receiving a prize, a free cruise for 2. Passenger opinions. Walking around the ship and asking passengers about their experience revealed consistent comments. The staff was friendly and helpful. The rooms were small but manageable. The food was okay for the price. The overall value made the trip enjoyable. Most people said they booked the cruise because they wanted a short, affordable break, and it delivered exactly that. Seasickness and exploring the ship. The next morning brought some seasickness, but the ship offered motion sickness wristbands and medication, which helped quickly. More areas were explored. A surprisingly fun arcade, a sushi restaurant, not included but well rated, a casino, and a theater with live performances. The sushi tasted better than expected, and the casino had a lively atmosphere. The nightclub wasn't crowded yet because it was still early. A live stage show took place, but the storyline wasn't easy to follow, so the visit was brief. Onboard Games. Later, the friend traveling along was pulled into a game show involving silly challenges. The reactions, confusion, and laughter made it one of the funniest parts of the whole budget cruise experience. Sea Day. Breakfast the next morning was decent, though the sausage had an unusual taste. Pickleball with other passengers turned into a surprisingly fun moment. Easy to play, easy to enjoy. Excursion Day, Bahamas. The ship reached the Bahamas where an excursion began at a beautiful beach with clear water. Cracked con, a local dish, tasted somewhat like fried chicken with a seafood twist. Next came the famous pig experience. The pigs could gently nibble if guests weren't cautious, but the staff explained the rules clearly. Following instructions made the experience safe and enjoyable. This wrapped up the budget portion of the trip. Part 2. The Luxury Yacht Cruise. A new level of service. Now, the journey moves to one of the most premium cruise experiences in the world, a yacht-style voyage designed like a floating luxury resort. Before boarding, guests were welcomed individually. Premium suite guests were escorted directly without waiting in line. The warmth and professionalism of the staff created an immediate sense of comfort. The owner's suite. The suite wasn't just a room. It looked like a modern home floating across the ocean. A private terrace, a lounge area, an outdoor shower, a hot tub, a guest bathroom, a spacious, elegant master bathroom. The entire space felt open, bright, and polished with thoughtful design everywhere. Fresh flowers and handcrafted chocolate yacht were waiting upon arrival. A personal invitation to meet the captain later added an elegant touch. A family member joining the trip looked amazed, the type of reaction luxury cruises are known for. Dining. Lunch on board featured beautifully plated dishes prepared with high-quality ingredients. Everything was included, and guests could order multiple items without extra fees. The crew recommended their signature dishes, and each course tasted like something from a fine dining restaurant. A suite ambassador assigned to the room checked in to ensure everything was perfect throughout the stay. Meet the captain. Later, a private visit to the ship's bridge offered a rare behind-the-scenes look. The captain explained how the yacht operated, shared interesting stories, and allowed guests to gently touch the wheel with permission, a simple but unforgettable moment. Making new friends. One small personal goal during this luxury trip was to meet other guests and invite them to a private cocktail gathering in the suite on the final night. Surprisingly, almost everyone invited seemed genuinely excited to join. Dinner and night routine. Dinner took place at an upscale sushi restaurant known for its attention to detail. Each plate looked like art, and the flavors matched the presentation. After dinner, unwinding in the suite's private jacuzzi felt like the perfect way to end the night. Breakfast with a view. The next morning, breakfast arrived directly to the suite, beautifully presented dishes with fresh ingredients. Smaller portions allowed guests to sample multiple items without feeling too full. Island adventure. The yacht arrived at the Virgin Islands, where a sea cave adventure awaited. The water was crystal clear and the scenery was stunning. Back on the yacht, a workout session helped balance the luxurious meals. Water sports day. Later, the back of the yacht transformed into a floating marina. Kayaks, paddleboards, relaxation platforms, a water scooter called a sea bob. It felt like being at a private luxury beach club in the middle of the ocean. More guests were invited to the suite's cocktail gathering, and almost everyone said yes. Spa time. The onboard spa offered incredible massages, relaxing, professional, and peaceful. Afterwards, desserts were ordered to the room and a movie played in the background. Evening party. A party took place on the upper deck that night. At one point, the music briefly cut out, which made everyone laugh, but it didn't affect the fun atmosphere. Golf at sea. The next morning revealed another unique activity, a tee box at the back of the yacht. Guests could hit biodegradable balls towards floating targets. A special reward was given to anyone who hit the smallest target. Even without winning, the activity was entertaining and relaxing. Final thoughts. And that wraps up the adventure. 2 cruises that could not be more different. One, a simple, affordable, good value getaway. The other, a floating 5-star resort designed for comfort and luxury. Each had its own charm, each offered unique memories, and together they showed just how wide the world of cruising can be.